Whenever an Australian news organisation sends a reporter out into the field to do a rural story, they get them to wear one of these. It's an Akubra hat. It gives the whole story some legitimacy, so I'm hoping that will rub off on what we're doing today. Strange assortment of bits and pieces here. We have an Avata 2 drone from DJI. We have a great old tub of chlorine, I guess, delivered as calcium hypochlorite. A little bit of water in a very large jar, and a TP500 remote payload release system. Do you see what's coming ahead? And some PVA bags allegedly able to dissolve when they hit water. There's a few things to look at here. Firstly, the fact that we've got 3 bathtubs around the property which service the needs of our very small, unique flock of animals out there, the ruminants we call them, a goat, 3 sheep. The 3 sheep are named after chess grandmasters. So we've got Tal, Karpov and Fisher out there, and the little goat's called Jeannie. And they drink out of these tubs of water. The water we supply via a hose coming straight from our rainwater system, which means that it will foul over time because rainwater contains bugs, and those bugs need to be treated, especially when the rainwater gets out in the open and meets the elements. It tends to foul up pretty quick. So you can walk around the property and you can add a little bit of sodium hypochlorite in the form of bleach, maybe half a capful into each tub, and that will do it for a while. But I thought, wouldn't it be nice if I could do a drug delivery system using remote payload? So that allegedly this thing can release up to, I think they say 500 meters. I don't think my drone can fly 500 meters away from here without getting into trouble, so we'll see what happens. But I think we can visit each of these tubs in turn. I want to test to see if these bags are really dissolvable in water, and I want to test to see if the remote delivery system works, and then we'll put the two together and see how we go. PVA bags apparently used in fishing for carp. I mean, who would eat carp? Don't get me started. But anyway, I've just put a rock in here, and I probably will do that when I deliver the granules anyway, just to give it some weight. So the idea is, I suppose, and I'm not going to bother stirring, I'm just going to drop it in and see what happens, because that's what's going to happen with the drug delivery system. All right, so I might go into time-lapse mode, and we'll come back in a few minutes. So it's been 5 minutes, and like, this isn't time sensitive. I just don't want the ruminants to be eating bags of whatever the hell this is. So let's see what's left. It should be just rock. So I'll just pour this in. It looks good so far. Yeah, I think that's fine. There's no bag in there. And there's a rock. Perfect. Okay, I think the next thing to test is to see if the rock or some brightly coloured thing can be delivered to the gate, which is about 120, 30 metres away. If I can deliver that safely, then I am thinking that we should try it for reals. So here's my payload, which is the same rock but coloured brightly so I can find it down by the gate. Here's the delivery device, which I've turned on, and you can actually just press the button, not that button, this button, and see that little bolt will come across. Very simple. And there's the remote. So with suitably impressive antenna, which should also do that. So the idea is that hopefully, depending on my dexterity, which isn't great, can I trap that? Yes. Okay. So this hangs upside down and hopefully doesn't interfere too much with the cameras underneath. So I may have to play with that, and hooks onto the bottom of the drone, and then at some appropriate point, and I'm hopefully looking through the goggles, I'll be able to, boom, drop that rock. Let's give it a go. So here is Franken drone ready to go. There's a little antenna on that box, which is strapped underneath, but I've actually got it coming out the top there, intertwined with the strap that holds it. So there's the payload. Let's get it down to the gate and see if it's delivered. So the drone came back without the payload, but where is the payload? Let's go have a look. Follow me. Here it is, 35 centimeters from launch point.
Yeah, the string broke. I'll rework that. We'll try again. Hilarious.
Here we go, zooming down the driveway. And just looking down here, just looking for a better space to drop it. I actually did this a couple of times, so if you notice any inconsistencies, that's what that's about. You can see the payload there, they're just dangling away. There's the drop. And I just spiral down a couple of times just to see if I can see this thing on the ground. And there it is. Yep, so I'm going to call that a successful drop. And zooming back up the driveway again. Right. I'm about to get a better hole with a hole punch maybe, although hole punches and plastic aren't the best of friends. And this plastic bag has seen some driveway action, so we'll see how it goes. Get in there, alrighty. And punch. Yeah, that looks okay. Maybe. Yeah, okay. Where's my noodle? This guy might be better at pulling that out. Yeah, good. Maybe that could actually go straight into the that little bar that goes across, and no need for strings. String seems to be a weak point. Okay, so let's see what's in here. Don't try this at home, kiddies. I'm a trained chemist, long story. Man, that is redonkulous. There's the stuff. Smells good too. Well, you know, if you're into that sort of acrid, up your nostrils, oh my God smell. Does kill a few people, this. People who are doing their pool things and they don't pay attention will produce chlorine gas. If you don't treat it right, you know, adding water to the chemicals rather than chemicals to the water, all that sort of stuff. So it says here for 10,000 litres, daily you need 40 grams. Well, we've got about 200 litres, so we just need a few granules. And I'm curious to know what happens to the granules once you put it in here. This is PVA, polyvinyl acetate. When it does dissolve, you get that sort of acetic acid smell about it, or even before it dissolves, you get that acetic acid smell about it. So whether that'll interact, come on, mate. Yeah, this has seen way too much action. It's really interesting. It is quite a warm and humid day, and of course my finger's also moist, and so I reckon that will do. What's that on that spoon? That's not good. I don't know what that is. All right, here we go. A few granules. That should be enough, I reckon. Yes, so good. Okay, so now we'll just put that on the drone, drop it into one of those tubs. Proof of concept, happy days. There's a few tubs in that tub. Let's see if I can get this one closed now. Good Lord. Also interested in the water are giant birds. Beautiful. Off you go, mate. And a cat interested in the birds. Okay. So I'm going to call that a success. So if you've got chemicals that you need delivered to somewhere, I mean, in a farming sense, you know, it's legit, then this is one way to do it. That's a circuit working for this week. See you next time.